Alright, let's have a really honest conversation today, because I know a lot of Sikh Gurdwaras and Sikh-led charities want to apply for funding, but the whole funding world feels confusing, full of rules, and sometimes even intimidating. So let me break it down in the simplest possible way. If you run a Gurdwara, a Punjabi community group, a Sikh youth project, a women's group, or even a new organization serving local communities, these are the funders you should be looking at in 2026. These are realistic funders. They understand faith-based organizations. They support community impact, savor, food provision, youth work, health, well-being, and building improvements. And most importantly, they've funded Sikh projects before. So let's go through each funder like we're having a chat one-to-one. Medium White Star 1. National Lottery Awards for all, up to £20,000. Let's start with the easiest and most common one, Awards for All. If your Gurdwara has never applied for funding before, this is where you begin. You can apply for up to £20,000, and the application is simple. What can you use it for? Pretty much all the core things Sikh organizations do already: community kitchens and food support, mental health workshops, fitness programs, women's empowerment, youth clubs, elder support, equality work, sports activities, language classes, digital inclusion, Punjabi youth mentoring, everything that strengthens your local Sangat. Awards for All loves projects that bring people together, reduce isolation, improve well-being and create community connection. That's literally everything Sikh Gurdwaras already do through Savor. This fund is a perfect match. Medium White Star 2. National Lottery reaching communities, £20,001 to £500,000. If your Gurdwara or Sikh-led charity wants to run a big, 3-year program, then reaching communities is where you go. This is long-term funding for deep community impact. Think about projects like year-round women's groups, Sikh youth resilience programs, mental health and trauma support, domestic abuse support for Sikh women, multi-generational well-being projects, structured e-soul and digital skills classes, community cafes, interfaith work, Punjabi elders programs, or tackling knife crime and antisocial behavior. Reaching communities is powerful because it doesn't just fund activities, it funds salaries, core costs, project coordinators, training, equipment, partnerships, the whole thing. So if you want to scale up, this is the fund. Medium White Star 3. The Clothworkers Foundation, capital funding for buildings. Now, this is a big one for Gurdwaras. Clothworkers Foundation funds building improvements, things like accessibility upgrades, new kitchens, heating systems, flooring, ramps, toilets, furniture, sports facilities, and community spaces. As long as your Gurdwara building is genuinely used by the wider community, for example, yoga, physiotherapy, Punjabi classes, women's well-being, refugee support, community kitchens, they can support you. A lot of Sikh buildings need modernizing, and this fund is one of your best options. Medium White Star 4. Henry Smith Charity, Improving Lives Grants. Henry Smith is perfect for Sikh-led charities doing deep community work. If your organization supports people facing hardship, like poverty, homelessness, mental health challenges, domestic abuse, youth risk, or isolation, this fund is a great fit. The key is community benefit. They won't fund religious worship, but they will fund all the community programs happening inside the Gurdwara building. Medium White Star 5. Trust House Charitable Foundation. Trust House is very good for Sikh communities in deprived urban areas. So places like Southall, Smethwick, Leicester, Wolverhampton, Handsworth, Bradford, Gravesend, or Derby, these areas qualify strongly. They fund community centres, youth work, social inclusion projects, and well-being programs. Small grants are easier to get and perfect for groups just starting their funding journey. Medium White Star 6. Sport England Movement Fund, £300 to £15,000. This fund is fresh, flexible, and ideal for Sikh organizations. Sport England now funds anything that gets people active: walking groups, yoga, gapka, fitness, weight management, girls-only activity sessions, seniors chair-based exercise, mums and toddlers movement sessions, and outdoor activity projects. They also love projects that tackle inequalities, and Sikh communities often fit multiple priority groups like low-income households, older people, women, and culturally diverse communities. If your Gurdwara runs any physical activity, apply. Medium White Star 7. Community foundations, local foundations across the UK. This is the most underused funding source in the Sikh sector. Every region has a community foundation, and they regularly fund Sikh-led groups. Why? Because your work fights poverty, strengthens community, supports mental health, provides food, offers safe spaces, and delivers real, measurable impact. Gurdwara should absolutely be applying to their local foundation 2 to 3 times a year. Medium White Star 8. Postcode Neighbourhood Trust, up to £25,000. This is another excellent funder for Sikh community groups. They support well-being, social connection, food projects, men's support groups, women's empowerment, arts, sports, and youth activities. Their windows open and close randomly, so you have to move fast when they're open. Medium White Star 9. Bernard Sunley Foundation, Capital Projects. Perfect if your Gurdwara needs building improvements, new facilities, refurbishment, accessibility features, kitchen upgrades, or a community room overhaul. As long as the building benefits the wider community, they will consider it. Medium White Star 10. UK Shared Prosperity Fund, distributed through councils. This is a powerful but often overlooked one. The funding is distributed through local councils and can support ESOL classes, employment support, digital skills, community safety, and cost of living support. If your Gurdwara already runs community programs, you should check your council's website for these opportunities. Medium White Star important note, what Sikh organization should not apply for? Now let me be completely clear, because this is where people waste time. Fundamentally Christian funders like Benefact Trust or All Churches Trust do not fund Sikh buildings. Their criteria are strictly Christian. So don't waste effort there. Focus on the funders that actually support multi-faith and community-based organizations. Medium White Star final guidance. If your Gurdwara or Sikh-led charity wants to grow in 2026, these 10 funders should be your foundation. Whether you need £20,000 for a new community project, £15,000 for women's well-being, or £50,000 for a youth program, these are realistic, achievable, high-impact options. And if you want help writing these applications, structuring your project ideas, or increasing your funding success, reach out to me at the Grant Maven. Make sure you subscribe, because I'll keep dropping funding guides that Sikh and community organizations simply won't want to miss.